Jai Shri Ram. This is a story of Sri Rama giving a darshan to a British collector, English collector. Madurantakam is the name of a small town in Tamil Nadu, which has one of the oldest Rama temples, constructed by the Chola kings. There is a huge lake about 20 kilometers by 20 kilometers square, a huge one, just imagine, uh, and about 25 feet deep. And from 1795 to 1799, a British officer by name Colonel Lionel Blaze was the collector who was in charge of Madurantakam. He noticed during his tenure that the tank breached twice and created havoc, because if whenever it breaches, there will be a terrible loss of agriculture produce, and besides damages to buildings, and the whole place will be devastated. So he decided to camp at Madurantakam and construct a strong bund for the lakes to save the people and the agricultural land. So he saw Lionel Blaze, Colonel. He was Colonel Lionel Blaze. So he saw a large number of granite stones near the temple and decided to use them for the tank bund. The priests of the temple told him that this was all meant for extension of the temple complex. So he ridiculed them. It is better to use it to create a bund, levee, Levee, rather than for the temple. And he asked them, will your Rama come and protect the bank? Will your Rama come and protect the tank or the bank from breaching? And he ridiculed them, and he collected all those granited stones, which he started placing with the help of his men. One night it rained very, very heavily. And the water in this huge tank, just imagine 20 kilometers square. You can imagine how big it is. And 25 feet to 30 feet deep. So huge tank. The water was continuously rising. And Blaze was informed of the grave situation, and he went there in the middle of the night with an umbrella. It was raining heavily. His umbrella got torn. He went up the bund. His men were standing a little distance away at the bottom. He went up the bund. He was a fearless man. And so he saw what he saw, shocked him out of his wits. It was almost like an ocean. And it was in the dead of the night now. It was something like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the night. And this English collector got the shock of his life. He didn't know what he could do. There was nothing anybody could do. He realized only God can do something. And it has started raining very heavily. Every minute the water in the lake was rising. And the rain was coming down in blinding cascades. There were high winds. And he didn't know, he was spellbound totally. As he watched, I believe, he recollected the words of many old men, old people in the village, that, you see, indifference to Rama will cause all difficulties and privations. And he used to dismiss all this as some pious nonsense. Now he was face to face. He realized only Rama, only God, nobody can save this. And then I believe he fell on his knees, and with uplifted hands he shouted at the top of his voice, "O Lord of the universe, O Lord Rama, please save the lake, the people, the countryside, the fields, the cattle. The fury of the rains is of your own making, and you alone can check it. What can we poor mortals do? O Lord, bestow your grace upon us, save us. I vow to build a temple here in Madurantakam for your consort Sita. I will deem it my sacred duty. O great Lord of mankind, Sri Rama, please contain the lake." And I believe he saw there was a flash. There was a lightning flash. And he saw the figures of two handsome and charming youngsters with bow and arrows standing on the distant bund guarding the tank. The rains mysteriously subsided. Actually, after this lightning flash and his vision of Rama and Lakshmana, the colonel fainted. He fell down fell with a thud, and he had to be brought back. His men ran up the bund, caught him, brought him back, and he was unconscious. And when he opened his eyes, he asked the people, "What happened?" And they all told him, "It has subsided, rain has stopped completely, everything is in order." And the collector could never forget that vision. In hindsight, he realized what happened. In utter desperation, he surrendered to Rama and prayed that if Rama saves the tank, he would build a temple. And he went ahead, built the temple, and the collector's name is inscribed on the temple stones as a benefactor in the temple. And the Lord came to be known as Erikatha Rama, Rama who saved the tank. Erikatha Rama, Rama who saved the tank. Madurantakam is also noted because Sri Ramanujacharya was initiated by his guru Periyanambi in Madurantakam. And Madurantakam also houses one of the most well-known Ahobila Matha Sanskrita Patashala. So this is the story of a British collector, Colonel Lionel Blaze, having a vision of Rama and Lakshmana. So that was Madurantakam's story, where Rama gave a darshan to an English collector and saved the day. Sri Ramaya Tubhyam Namaha. That is why, as Rama clearly says in the Ramayana, Sakrudeva Prapannaya Tavasmi iti cha yachate abhayam sarvabhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama. Once you surrender totally to Rama, Rama guarantees that he will save you from any situation, every situation, any being, however powerful, and any situation. Same promise Krishna also gives you, 1866. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. So what we need to do is total surrender. Atma nikshepam. Atma nikshepam. Complete surrender, like the British colonel who poo-pooed the whole idea initially. But how fortunate he must be, to have had the darshan of Rama and Lakshmana. I am certain we are all guaranteed such a vision. All that we need is to have complete Shraddha. Jai Shri Ram. Sri Rama Tubhyam Namaha. Sri Ramaya Tubhyam Namaha. Jai Shri Ram.